Hello everyone. Hi, thanks for joining me today for this week's question and answer video. I do this video every single Monday. Every Monday. I've been doing this for years. Those of you who are new and joining us today for the first time, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. And please involve yourself. Be involved. Ask questions. All I'm trying to do is supply some information that might help you guys understand your traumatic experience, which means you're beginning to heal. So please ask questions. Ask questions. If I don't understand your question, ask again. If I miss it, please ask again. I try to not miss anybody's questions. I don't play favorites or anything like that. I just make mistakes, and sometimes I miss them. Sometimes I misunderstand them. So please ask again, okay? And when I give you an answer, let me know what you think of my answer. And keep going. We can keep going down that same question until you feel satisfied with the answer, okay? Before I start, I would really appreciate all of you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I get very, 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 very small support doing this. I could get 1,000 views from 100 subscribers. That's it. I could get, 1,000 views and 100 likes, 10%. Not very good. Actually, the viewers, you guys who are subscribed to my channel, it's actually less than 10% are actually, less than 10% of the people who view my video every single week for years are subscribed to my channel and support me in any way. So 90-something% of you watch my videos and don't support me. I would really appreciate it. It's not hard. Just push a button, subscribe. And I hear all the other excuses. I don't want my ex to know. I mean, that's just the weakest excuse. Make another channel. Don't use your name. Don't use your photo. Please, because I mean, I've been doing this for years, and I make sure religiously that I make this come out every Monday for you guys. So if you could just push a couple buttons, subscribe, support me, I would love it. Thank you very much. And what I want is this information to spread as far as it can to reach people who need it, not just for me, not just to come to my channel or hire me as a life coach. Maybe some of the information that I put out there will help point people in the direction they need to get the help they need. And so you guys could really, really be helping people. And don't forget, this is the #1 reason why people commit suicide. This is it. This is the #1 reason. And they talk about soldiers committing suicide every day. Well, there's more people doing it for this reason. So you could subscribe to my channel and maybe save a life. It's that important. Okay? Thank you for your support. A lot of you guys are amazing and really, really support everything I do. You're always there. You're always saying, hi, David, asking questions, replying to other people's comments and stuff like that. It's beautiful. I really, really appreciate you guys who do that. Thank you. Okay. I recommend something every week. This week, I'm recommending 2 things. First, brighten up your life with bright colors, like red, and maybe bring a message into your life. Look what somebody gave me that I really, really care about. Love yourself first. How cool is that, huh? Bright red. I never used to wear bright colors. Now I bring bright reds and pinks and greens and yellows and all that into my life, and I live by messages, okay? So it's really neat. Thank you. Who gave that to me? I love you. Okay. So the other recommendation is a book. It's called Accessing the Healing Power of the Vagus Nerve. Self-help exercises for anxiety, depression, trauma, and autism. So the vagus nerve is a part of, probably the most important part of your nervous system. Here, let's see what I wrote here. So I took down, I'm just going to read to you what the book says a little bit here. As soon as I can find it. I don't know what's going on here. What is going on? This isn't where I want to be. Okay. Okay. This practical guide to understanding the cranial nerves as the key to our physiological and physical well-being builds on Stephen Punge's polyvagal theory, one of the most important recent developments in human neurobiology. Drawing on more than 30 years of experience as a craniosacral therapist and rolfer, Stanley Rosenberg explores the crucial role that the vagus nerve plays in determining our psychological and emotional states, and explains that a myriad of common physiological and physical symptoms, from anxiety and depression to migraines and back pain, indicates a lack of proper functioning in the vagus nerve. Now, all of you who are facing major symptoms from the trauma you guys have endured or enduring, it's about our nervous system. Okay, it's about our nervous system. And we have a sympathetic and a parasympathetic nervous system that hopefully work together to help protect us and heal us, make us feel better. One gives us all our stress chemicals and the other gives us the calming chemicals. This isn't working properly. It has to do with the vagus nerve. This book is about it and what you guys can do to help yourself feel better. Okay? So I highly recommend this book. It says here, through a series of easy self-help exercises, the book illustrates the simple ways we can regulate the vagus nerve in order to initiate deep relaxation, improve sleep, and recover from injury and trauma. Additionally, by exploring the link between a well-regulated vagus nerve and social interactions. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the beginning here. So you can find this on Amazon. The link is right down below in the description box. It is written by Stanley Rosenberg, and there's Kindle for $17.99 and free audiobook. Can't go wrong there, huh? I love audiobooks. I don't have time to read, and my eyes are going. So I like audiobooks. Anybody who's read this, please let me know what you think. Anybody who does read this, tell us what you guys think, okay? Give us a review. Thank you. All right, so let's get on to the questions. Lots of good questions, hard questions, difficult, making me think, and those are my favorite. So let's get started. I also want to very much thank you, Tracy, for your donation to this channel. Thank you very much. Tracy donated her hard-earned money to this channel to support what I'm doing. And I thank you very much, Tracy. And any money that anybody donates to me always goes back to you guys in the community. Okay? I'll either help somebody for free, something like that. Okay? So thank you very, very much. I appreciate your donation, Tracy. There's nothing kinder and there's nothing more you could do for somebody you don't know. So thank you very much. First question from Mandy from California. And that's all I ask. Give me your locations, guys. Thank you. Locations. Where are you? Thank you for answering my question about my ex-boyfriend who hoovered me right before Christmas. He said he is very lonely and empty. You told me don't feel so flattered. How to forgive myself for trusting and loving a liar. Thank you, David. Mandy from California. Thank you, Mandy, for telling me about my answer and what you think. How do I forgive myself for trusting and loving a liar? Well, let's just accept it first. Let's start with trying to accept it. Okay? So if you love somebody, you can't forgive yourself for loving somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? And everything he's done to you, he did it to you, Mandy. Okay? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And you have to constantly remind yourself of this. Okay? And we start accepting all parts of us. So mistakes, failures, feelings. This is a process, Mandy, that's going to take you some time because you're probably not used to doing this ever. Maybe. This might be difficult for you. So this is a process that we do with somebody else, that we work with somebody else together. Because telling somebody else and being vulnerable and telling them how you feel and what happened to you, okay, is very, very important to do. And we find people, even if we have to pay them, that they accept it. And once we find somebody else who can accept how we feel and validate how we feel, it's the beginning of the process for us to accept ourselves. Okay? Okay? Writing exercises, talking, things like this are important. And self-communication. Telling ourselves, it's okay. I can make mistakes. Mistakes are good. Mistakes are good. It's when we repeat the same mistakes that it starts to feel really bad. Okay? So that's why we look at our mistakes. We introspect and say, what can I do better next time? And not give ourselves such a hard time. When you guys give yourself such a hard time for mistakes, it's the same as ignoring it. It's the same as the narcissist saying, I didn't make a mistake, it's your fault. Okay? And we can be really hard on ourselves. And the harder we are on ourselves for mistakes, we tend to repeat them. Pretty crazy, huh? So we start by accepting all parts of ourselves, accepting who we are, that we're different, that we're not perfect, that we make mistakes, and we have failures, and we're going to have many, many more. The idea is to just simply learn from them, okay? Talking, number one. You get somebody else to accept you, you can accept yourself. Somebody validates you, you feel validated, and start doing it for yourself, okay? It's not easy. It's a process. Like I said, we start small and we get better and better at it, okay? Work with somebody else. Best recommendation I can give you. Thank you for your question. And Rob, I don't see where you're from. Please let us know where you're from, Rob, next time. Thanks. Happy New Year to you, David. Your videos are truly the best. Thank you very much. I know you've done some and they've been really good. but I'd love to put in another request for videos on covert narcissists. I've now been entangled with 3 back-to-back, and you went on just for a few minutes. And I asked you, Rob, thank you. I'm terribly sorry. Please have support and consider hiring it, Rob. It's the best thing anyone can do for themselves when we really need it. Do you have something specific you would like me to discuss about covert narcissists? And a lot of times I'll ask people questions. I don't hear back from them. You're right. I have made many, hundreds of videos about covert narcissists. I made several, actually, just recently. You can just scroll down my video playlist. It's way easier to do that than me make more and more about the same thing. But I do. I actually do. I keep making videos about the same subjects, trying to offer some new information to you guys, stuff like this. Because I know I've got 850 videos, something like that, and it's incredibly difficult to scroll through. I try and categorize them a little bit, but I know it's difficult. So I never heard back from you, Rob. That was a few days ago. So maybe you're listening. What about covert narcissists? Specific. Be more specific. Thanks. And I love the video requests, you guys. Yeah, I mean, gosh, I have to do a few a week, so requests are great. I don't have to think as much. Maxine, don't know where you're from. Please tell us where you're from next time, Maxine. Thank you. This is a long question. And I love how you just state the question. I don't need to go into it. How does a victim of psychological abuse behave differently towards others, not to the abuser? So, the psychopath. Okay, the psychopath typically, really, I've seen this in almost every psychopath I've studied or watched or learned about. The psychopath tends to be a tyrant at home and a pillar of the community, or a family man, protects their family and provides for them and doesn't abuse them, and just a total tyrant in society. Typically, that's psychopathy, okay? And you'll see a lot of narcissists, toxic people do this too. Here's the deal. When we get into personality disorders, this means we can't form and maintain healthy relationships with people, okay? And the traits that we talk about with narcissism, there's 9 diagnostic traits, and there's many more other sub-traits. But the traits that we talk about in narcissists, they tend to surface in relationships in time. So daily interactions at work, they don't typically have too many problems. The worse they are, higher on that spectrum, the more depressed they are, the more overtly abusive they are, they have more problems. The covert tries to blend in, get along, and so they typically get along with people and make good first impressions. They may carry a good job for a while and everybody likes them. And it's when they start getting involved, committed into these relationships, where their traits start to surface because of stress. Relationships cause the biggest source, they are the biggest source of stress or comfort. And narcissists can't maintain or form relationships with people, can't meet their needs, can't be vulnerable, can't communicate. We're talking stress. So this stress tends to surface these traits in time, typically about 6 months, could be 2 years, seriously. So you're going to have them treating you differently than just the people they daily interact with. And a lot of narcissists say they have a lot of friends, and they don't. I have different criteria for friends than narcissists. I also have different criteria for relationships, period, than they do. They can call people that they talk to every once in a while and use and exploit a friend, and that's not what I call a friend. Okay, so they tend to not be vulnerable. They tend to not communicate, be honest, stuff like this. Right? And so they just kind of BS and get what they need from a friend, in and out, in and out, in and out, kind of like this. And it never really forms into anything meaningful. So they have, acquaintances, contacts, associates, not really friends. And so the relationships will surface in your relationship with them. The more intense it gets, the more stress it causes them, and their traits start to surface. Okay? That's kind of in a nutshell to answer your question. If I didn't or I misunderstood, keep asking me, okay? Thank you. All right. Monica. I can't remember where you're from, Monica. I know you've told me before. I'm sorry. I think I know, but I don't want to guess and be wrong. You say, also, I liked how in the other video you mentioned that these a-holes know they mess up emotionally when they discard us, but they don't care and come back when we feel better. Someone in the past told me this too. Is this common, that deep down they know this like a psychic occurrence? No. They're not aware of much at all, okay? And the reason they come back is because they have no empathy. So they don't know what they really did to you, how bad you really feel. They don't know. They don't understand. Not an excuse, not a pass. It actually makes it worse. Worse. That's why they don't resent. They don't carry much resentment. To have resentment means that I feel bad for how I treated somebody and caused them to feel. They're unaware of that. No resentment. They come back like everything's okay. All they care about is if you're mad. Mad causes action, takes action. You're not mad? Fine. Oh, I hurt you? Whatever. You feel like killing yourself? I don't care. Shut up. Go tell somebody else. Oh, you're mad? You're going to leave me? Oh, okay. You won't take me back? I can't get what I want from you? Now there's a problem. That's it. That's all they care about. Is it like a psychic occurrence? No, they're not even aware of who they are. They don't even really know what they want. They have no idea what they need. They're not psychic. Trust me. No, it's that they are totally freaking unaware of how bad you feel, of what they've done to you. And they think that after 3 months, you're not mad anymore and they can come back. That's it. They don't understand that you feel suicidal. You haven't eaten. You know what I mean? You're traumatized, depressed, anxious, hurting, bad. They don't get that. They don't care. So they aren't resentful and they'll come back, try to come back in your life. They really just want you the way that you were. They hate that you're down. You can't provide for them enough. That's it. And they just hope that you're not angry at them. So they can get what they want from you. That's it. Real simple. Thank you. Emily from South Africa. My plan this year is to focus on being present in the moment, healing emotionally and physically, and not relying on external things to make me happy. Working to have healthy, reciprocating relationships with people. Wow, that sounds good, Emily. You are learning. I hope you mean it. It sounded really good. You've come so far already. If your dad emotionally neglected you and your mom didn't, why would you tend to seek out relationships with people that are like your dad instead of your mom? Because as children, we seek what we need. Okay? We do. We may not be totally aware of it. But if I don't get attention from my mom and dad, I seek it somewhere else. Okay? And that's why neglected and abused children are the perfect victims for everybody else. Okay? So kids that get picked on at school are being neglected or abused at home. People that are being raped, adults that are raped, 70% of them were molested as children. So what you don't get from your dad, you will seek somewhere else to find it. Do you see that? The point of raising a children is for the children to be completely dependent on the parents. And if I don't provide to you what you need, you can't depend on me, can you? And you keep wanting it and keep trying and keep wanting and keep trying. And I don't give it to you. You're going to go find it somewhere else from some other man that looks just like me. Not looks, but feels like me. Okay? The point is for me to give you every single thing you need. So you're totally dependent on me until someday you grow up and you're like, I don't want to be dependent on mom and dad anymore. I'm going to go pursue my own self-interest and make my life better for myself. And mom and dad go, good. Your dad didn't give you what you needed. And when you try to go get it somewhere else, he brings you back in and says, screw you, stay here for me. Mom's just a puppet. Hope that makes sense. You have other questions. When I talk to people, my voice always sounds strange, too high. How can I learn to speak more naturally and better? Mindfulness, Emily. Mindfulness. Awareness of who I am. Mindfulness of what I'm doing. So just keep trying. Talk to a voice coach, stuff like this. You'll notice, Emily, as you keep changing into who you really are, you'll notice many other things changing too, maybe even your voice. Okay? But you can go to a voice coach if you want, if it's that important. I'm guessing that will change naturally as you change how you feel about yourself. Confidence. Confidence will change your voice. I tend to do things that inconvenience me, but because I'm scared that it will make people not like me or make me people unhappy. You're not loving yourself first. You're trying to make everybody else happy in the room to get what you need. When you start supplying what you need and learning how to do that, you aren't reliant on everybody else. Okay? People exhaust me because I try to act kind or different around them all the time, like wearing a mask. I wish I don't have to act around people. I just want to be myself, but I don't know how to stop. Talk, heal, and mindfulness. We got to start trying little baby steps, okay? I recommend going out in society and just spending time in there so you feel more comfortable around people, where maybe you're not interacting with them and doing much with them. Sit at a table in a coffee shop and do your homework, play on the computer. You can put headphones in, But you got people around you all the time. It feels more comfortable, more natural. But we start small, okay? We start really small, Emily. Think of just what's the first step? What's the first thing you want to do? What's the first thing you want to say to somebody? And stick to that, okay? Because you've turned into this mega people pleaser, and all that does is completely deny you of who you are. So the more self-aware you are, means you know what you need, you know what you want, you know how you feel, and you know what you value, and you can start showing this, start expressing this, okay? It's going to take time. This isn't easy, but the good thing you have on your side is you're very young. So you can change easy. Okay, last question from Emily. A narcissist is annoyed with you when you show that you are unhappy when they invalidated or hurt you in some way. True. Good statement. And Jennifer from the United Kingdom. Hello, Jennifer. I've really gone off going out at weekends and drinking, meeting abusive, forceful narcs over the years, dangerous situations, drinking too much. It's all gone now with no interest. Is this due to having a sense of self now, loving myself now, being my own parents? Absolutely, Jennifer. We tend to do things we don't really want to do. Self-awareness is to know what I want. You'd be amazed at how many times I ask my client, what do you want? And they cannot answer that. They don't know. Or they tell me something that isn't what they want. I want my ex back. You want the person back who has ruined your life, who has caused you disease, who has taken your children from you, your house from you, your car, and all your money and left you homeless. You want them back. You love them. I'm not going to tell them they don't. I'm going to just keep saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because when we really figure out what we need in life and what we really want, it's not that, is it? Is it? A drug addict says, I want heroin. When they've done so much heroin their whole life, the next time they do it could kill them. They're hanging by a thread, their life, their body, everything. I want heroin. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt deep inside the true authentic person in there wants more heroin. They never did. They never wanted it. But you think you wanted it because you don't know who you are. Okay? So this is a beautiful time in life. Jennifer, you're starting to know who you are. First thing, what do you want? Right? Angela from the United Kingdom. Hi, Angela. They should create a David's candle essence and for limited editions. You are not for everyone. No, I'm not. We are not for everyone. No, we are not. Thank you, Angela. Great as always. Happy and peaceful year to all of you. Thank you very much. Beautiful 2022 to you. Eeks Geeks. I know that's Ben from Florida. Hi, Ben. Question for next. Do you agree that most women are attracted to dangerous men, that the typical bad boy archetype? I read an article that stated most women are drawn to dangerous men or men that appear abusive. I have had 1 or 2 girlfriends in my past when I was younger that told me I was too nice. Dump that person. Because that too nice crap, I hate that. It just really, it's like, it's your fault. So people are mean to you. You're too nice. No, I'm going to stay nice and I'm going to let people stay assholes. Just stay out of my life. That simple. I don't have to bend and change who I am for assholes, do I? No. Screw them. Go away. How about they change and become nicer for me? I just hate that. You're too nice. Okay. Thanks, asshole. Only an asshole would say something like that. Honestly, you can tell anyone says you're too nice, you're an asshole. I can't stand that. Okay. So here's my reply, Jennifer. I'm just going to read to you what I wrote in case you didn't see it, because I didn't hear back from you. Great question. I can tell you now that most women are not attracted to abusive men. And immature women are attracted to the bad boy type. There you go. You will find that mostly younger women like the bad boy, not older. Meaning immature, not mature. That's what you'll find. That's what you'll find. And us being immature growing up, because the parents didn't teach us how to be mature and meet our own needs, we're immature. We have immature people around us who say things like this, who believe most women want bad men that abuse them. I don't know where you found this. Love to know the source. It's total bullshit. And I'm speaking on healthy women. Go ahead. Healthy women out there, you can tell me I'm wrong, that you love abusive men, and I'm going to say you're not healthy. Period. Thank you. Nate from North Carolina. Hi, Nate. Why does my narc mom hate my fiance? Because your mom, after reading everything, your mom is possessive and codependent and wants you all to herself. Period. You can ask me more about it if you want. But that's the point. That's it. Your mom is totally codependent. Your mom is completely a narcissistic parent. I'm not calling her narcissist, completely narcissistic. I mean, my God, she's narcissistic. Everything is about her. Everything you do is about her, for her. So now you're going to go, codependency is an addiction, and anything else is a threat. She is a threat to what she gets from you, period. And it was a lot of creepy stuff that you said that she does and says to you. I just don't really have time to read it all, honestly. I recommend you guys read Nate's comments from last video. I could do it. It would take me another 10 minutes. But he talks about, is always talking crap about your girlfriend. And then to her face, she would act all nice and kind. But I remember you telling me weird things too, man. Other questions. So you put it out there for everybody. But just weird behaviors where you're wondering, she acts like your girlfriend and stuff. It's just total codependency, man. Totally. And she'll never let you live your life. It ain't even just about your girlfriend. It's about anything you want to do. Here's the next question. Why does my mom try to act like my girlfriend? Because she's immature and doesn't know who she is. And she's completely codependent on you. So narcissistic. She always wants me to tell her about every aspect of my life. And if I do one thing she disapproves of, she gives me the silent treatment. So your mom is not meeting your emotional needs. One of them is privacy and autonomy. She's not doing that. She's neglecting you. And that's abuse. Your mom is abusing you. Then she abuses you with silent treatment when you don't do exactly as she says. After 4 years of dating, I asked my girlfriend to marry me. And when I told my parents, my mom got all mad at me. Most parents are happy. Like I did something wrong. It's a threat to her codependent relationship with you. She said things like, really, Nathan? You're joking, right? She even huffed and puffed and said, let me see it. In a tone of disappointment to my fiance. Yeah. I hope I answered your question, Nate. Please let me know either way if I have, okay? And keep asking more. Thank you. Get away from them. Get far, far, far away from your mom and dad for a period of time. Not forever. How long can you go? Because codependent means two. So there's going to be, you're going to feel like crap doing anything for yourself. You're going to feel guilty and ashamed and my poor mommy. Just get rid of them for a while. Start living your own life so that you can see the contrast. So you can see what life is like without mommy controlling it. Because the problem with this is you're not as aware as you think. You know it's wrong. It feels kind of bad, but it's going to take you months maybe for you to look back and go, God, dude, that was so bad. That's so toxic. Ugh. Good luck, Nate. Rory from Ohio. Hi, Rory. I believe in a higher power, but it doesn't seem to be the same God that most believers follow. I was told that God has some hard lessons for me. That's why I got breast cancer. I love when people impose their opinions on others. In a way, that hurt more than the cancer itself. My God wouldn't do that to me. I said sickness happens. God didn't do this, but I did think that he would use me to talk to others about my experience. And that's what I did for many years. What are your thoughts on what I believe was a very cruel assertion? I certainly didn't blame my God. Side note, I can't believe how hard it was for me to even put this question into words. Thanks, David. Well, Rory, I replied to the other day. Religious opinions and beliefs and other people's religious opinions and beliefs is all a real clear indicator of where you are maturity-wise. So mature people respect others' beliefs, okay? And when people start to assert their beliefs onto you, they're immature. I mean, you can't get more immature, right? There's many religions out there, many, and they're all different. That's why they're different. That's why they have different names. And, you know, if you're going to believe in religion must be right, well, you already know that it can only be one. That means there's a lot of wrong people out there. And what good does it do to tell them? What good does it do to assert your faith and your beliefs onto anybody else? None. None. We let people form their own opinions and beliefs. And you know, who wants to be all the same? I don't. I don't want everyone in this world looking just like me, believing just what I believe in, feeling just what I feel. No thanks. That's boring. I love one of me, but more than that, ugh. Yeah, we aren't all the same. We're all different. And we have to understand that, and we must accept that. And I'm sorry for what he said to you, made you feel this way, but this is so common in religion. It's so common, so common. And we don't do that. Oh, it must be God's plan. That's your God. Why would you assume that everyone believes the exact same thing you believe in? Jeez, what is that? That's a child. That's a child that doesn't recognize that we're all different. We're all the same. Everyone's just like me. Yeah, I'm sorry, Rory, and I think what you're doing is very, very beautiful. It's strong, and it's really giving back to your community, and it's taking a really, what could be a very bad, negative experience and making it positive and beautiful. And all that matters, Rory, is how you feel about it. And I hope you feel great about it, okay? And I'm not going to tell you what my God thinks. Thanks. Monica, again, from California. Hi, Monica. Oh, you told us where you are. Thank you. Happy New Year, David. Thank you, too. If narcs like social media attention, then why does him and his friends friend request his flings, but not friend request or message me? Because he has portrayed you to be such an awful, disgusting, horrible person. So he enmeshed with you, hates himself, rejects himself, and puts all on you and says that you are everything that he can't accept about himself or change. You're it. And he validates, he needs validation all the time. So he's just talking. She's so horrible. She's so nasty. She's so stupid. She's so insecure. Blah, 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 blah. And once they go, oh, really? That's all he needed. That's all he needed. And he never shuts up about how bad you are. So why would they message you? Just guessing, okay? Let me know what you think, Monica. I'm sorry. Try not to look at this stuff anymore. Don't look at it. When you stop looking, that's when you believe you're worthy of better. That's when your self-worth rises, and it doesn't matter what people say anymore. Ego Novi says, try keto diet coupled with intermittent fasting. I think that's a great diet, and I think it's a good idea. I fast sometimes, but I just wanted to get it out there. It's one of the worst things you guys can do if you're suffering from anxiety is not eating. One of the biggest number one reasons your body, your brain causes you anxiety is to get up and get what you need to feed yourself, right? Imagine we wake up, imagine we have to hunt and gather still, and we wake up in the morning and we don't have a refrigerator full of food. We don't have a cupboard full of food. We have nothing. We have to eat, okay? And it doesn't take long with no food before you have no energy and you can't hunt and gather anymore, and now you're dead. So your brain causes you anxiety. What does anxiety do? It makes you stand up and walk around and pace. Oh, God, what should I do? What should I do? Yeah, go hunt and gather and eat. So if you don't eat, it causes anxiety for almost everybody. Just want you to know that, okay? If you're suffering from trauma and you have anxiety, I would think twice about fasting right now. The best thing you can do is give yourself every single thing you need, period. Everything. And if you can give yourself what you'll want, even better, as long as you know what that is. That's it, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Great questions. Let me know what you think of my answers. Please subscribe to the channel and support what I'm doing. I appreciate that. Vote up or down. Comment down below. Ask questions. Tell me where you're from. But more than anything, you guys, love yourself first. Okay? Thank you. See you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.